Hey guys, here checking out Gloria Victis. Um, Pretty solid game, I would say. Possibly a diamond in the rough. Hidden gem of Steam that I really didn't pay attention to. Seen it around, I think, probably the last year or two. Just didn't have anybody playing it. Didn't really know anything about it. Hadn't heard anything, but I had seen it, come up on things you might like kind of deal. Decided to pick it up since it was on the summer sale. Got the whole bundle there, and decided to jump into it. Kind of seemed like everything I liked. Had the crafting, had the open world PvP, the gathering. Only thing that's really missing from it is like the sandbox building ish, but there is a little bit of building to it. Not a lot, but it's more of a group activity, like for your faction. But honestly, I think the biggest downfall of this game, unfortunately, right now is the community. Oh, let's get a weapon out here so we don't get our asses kicked. The community seems to be the biggest downfall. Right here we have an NPC. So you'd see that guy not super high level, but the NPCs fight pretty dang good, and the higher level they get, they start fainting and kicking and stunning you. It's actually pretty impressive. Um, what this game has, I would say that a lot of other games don't, is the PvP is good. It does have some loot to it, depending on where you're at and what you're doing, and then you're also safe. So in a lot of places, so I think that is enticing to some people. It's not like a drop everything loot system. People actually got to pick your body when you do die, which is kind of interesting, and you actually get to see what they're doing. It'll tell you like, oh, somebody took off my pants. Like currently, I have no pants because I got murdered, and a guy just took my pants and bounced. So it's pretty fun. Everybody's super nice, community wise. I would say. At least on the NA servers, really nobody toxic. But again, there's really nobody playing the game. It's pretty small. You'd be lucky. We're lucky to get 20 to 30 people on for the entire faction, and that's not an exaggeration. That even might be over exaggerating. Some days you only have a handful of people playing. You can really feel it, and that sucks. But other than that, I think the game is really good. The cool part about there being so few players is you can come in here and actually make an impact on your faction and on the map. So if that's something you're looking forward to, or if you have a group of buddies, you guys can come in here and really do that. I was able to find this is all new players basically. These guys started a guild, and we jumped in here, and I kept running into them in the world, so I decided, well, might as well just join them. And it's been fun. We're all kind of figuring out the game. Nobody's played it. And so, yeah, like I said, it's pretty fun. You get a lot of weapons. You don't have to pick your specialization. Really, what you do is you kind of look at your enemy's armor. That's kind of how you know what you're going to be doing. That arrow really made my flailing look crazy. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so you got your kicks, you got your shields, you got just about every weapon you want out there. I haven't seen a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie. I wish looking forward to it. Every time I think I have, I'm like, whoa, what's that? I need that. The fighting style, I would say, is like Mountain Blade. Some people have compared it to Chivalry 2. I would say it's more of a Mountain Blade style for me. It's pretty fluent. There is, because I think there is a little bit, sometimes some lag in there, and I want to say that's mostly because there's like North America and South America are combined, and sometimes you get some Aussies in here, because there's people that speak English here, and where they're like, I've heard the Asian servers, they have a hard time finding people over there to play with. So we get a lot of different regions. So sometimes you're fighting, and that can be kind of frustrating. But again, the nice part about it is, like, yes, you can be looted, but most of the time, like, I'd get bandages stolen or something, nothing major. And you can do it back to other enemy players, so that is, there is that. And most of the time, if you're in a PvP event, you're in a safe zone, actually, so you're not even going to be able to be looted. And the respawn times aren't bad, 30 seconds. If you're in a PvP event, like what they call the Valley of Death tournament, your respawn times are like less than 10 seconds. So those are kind of fun, and those are good for XP. And I think that's what's interesting, is that they made it so you level through PvP, basically, is the best way. Doing quests out here isn't bad. It's late at night. Oh, I don't want to fight all three of those guys. It's late at night, so not a lot going on. And there's not a lot of my faction on right now. So what PvP there is out in the world, we're pretty much getting our butts kicked. So I don't want to be out there. I'm kind of just out here doing my dailies and trying to find resources. Overall, I would say, like I said, it's a good game. I think the biggest thing it's missing is maybe the community. So hopefully they can build on that. They do have some influencers and content creators, I've noticed, have been picking up the game. At least 2 that I follow on YouTube picked it up. And that just so happens to be, like, we picked it up at the same time, so that's cool. I've actually seen them in the game and played with them, so that's interesting to see people that you watch that have hundreds of thousands of followers playing the game. But it is a game where you don't feel, even if I go out there, like, I'm not 100. Oh, let me just smack around a little bit more on camera, please. You don't feel like you are outgunned out there. Like, you can go out there and kill players. There does reach a point where you can definitely tell, like, my green and my blue weapons, they're not quite cutting it. But, I can still be useful to my team. I can still block shots and build siege equipment and capture flags and things like that. So that's always fun. You have your mounts. The mount system's kind of interesting. You actually get to level up your mount and pick stamina or health or cutting speed and things like that, so that's pretty fun. And if you jump off your mount, you can't be killed, which is nice. If you are riding your mount, it does die. Also, not the end of the world. What's kind of cool about that is that it's like 4 or 5 minutes you lose your mount for, so not super bad. Yeah, overall a pretty solid game. Having fun with it. It is just the first couple of days, so it's still got that new game feeling. We'll see where it goes. I feel like the biggest thing that's going to cap out on this game is the community. I'm just trying to play it now in hopes that, I know there's been rumors of a release, from what I understand. I try to get on the Reddit and stuff like that, but it seems like 1.0 is going to be a big release, and then there's like, it's been in early access forever, so it's possibly coming out. So I'm hoping I get a lot of training in here and figure out the game, and then when it comes out for release, then I know what I'm doing a little bit. Definitely check it out. I know it was on sale for the summer sale. I'm not sure if it's still on sale. I know they also did like a free play event that was available. Like, you didn't have to pay for anything. Kind of one of those like 2-week things. So maybe even wishlist it or and check it out next time. Find a group of buddies. If you can come here with, solo is fine. Like, I came here solo and made friends. Everybody's super friendly. But if I came here with like 3 or 4 of my gaming buddies, I think it would have been a lot of fun. It's harder to convince them to play these lesser known small community games, but you can definitely make a huge impact. Actually, last thing I was actually pretty impressed by is, let's go up to the character screen here, is the character creation. I thought was pretty cool right out the gate. and it's probably only going to let me pick mine. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so it's only going to let me pick Midlander because that's what I am, male and female. There's a bonus to Midlanders, and that's kind of why I picked it. It was like a leveling bonus, but I thought the level of detail was pretty good for the game, all the way down to tattoos and scars, and I mean you can really get crazy with it. So your mood, it's kind of a funny one: sad, happy. But overall, you can randomize your appearance. What was cool here, I liked, is you actually have a questionnaire to help you shape what you pick, because you come over here and they kind of give you these basic ones: tailor, guardsman, and they add little bonuses: weapon forging, armor smithing, tailoring, leatherworking, armor smithing, weapon. Let's see. Yeah. So most of them are in these regions here. I didn't see any for engineering. And these stats here, you can adjust. It's not major. Also, like, you're gonna adjust them in game as you level too. But I thought, the character creation was pretty dang good for the game, and for its age and everything. I thought I played newer games like New World, and there was like nothing. I feel like there's nothing to customize there. Like a little bit of customization. But overall, it's a pretty solid game. Man, I really gotta get some pants on. If you got some time and you want to just put it somewhere, there isn't like a it doesn't feel like a second job, which is nice. It's not like World of Warcraft where you miss your raids, or you miss your dailies, or your heroics and stuff like that. It doesn't really have that. There's little dungeons here, but it's not a big deal. So that's kind of nice. It's just kind of get on, do some crafting, do some PvP, hang out, have a good time. If you guys have questions about it, drop them below. I'll try to answer any questions I got, any questions you have. And I'll probably make some videos going forward. I'm going to try to figure out the crafting system. I really got to figure it out. This way I can make a video about it. But yeah, again, guys, got any questions, drop them below, and I'll try to answer them. All right, guys, have a good night.